We find ourselves at the foot of the Rockies, Denver, Colorado, for this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Tonight we start Week 5 with a primetime matchup between the Indianapolis Colts and the Denver Broncos. Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. Here comes the return from the very back of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Now the third running back taken in April's draft. This is James Cook. And he's going to have a Broncos first down as he gets us up past the 30 to the 32. Maybe the threat of Russell Wilson running the football there and him handing it off opened a little bit of a lane.
It does, and what also helps, his unselfishness. Because he's not a quarterback that's going to take it every time and pull from the running back and keep it.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Julian Blackmon. And the Colts are going to take possession of the football.
I really don't think you can fault the decision-making here because your offense and quarterback, they really had a big week last week, and you're ready for them to go again here. Not the anticipated result, of course, but you definitely understand why they did what they did. That quarterback's been hot. You want to keep the ball in his hands and see if he can keep the magic going.
Now last year's leading rusher in the NFL, this is Jonathan Taylor. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Again, it's Taylor. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. And they'll need to get to the 35 if they want to keep this drive going on 3rd down. Off the play fake. Here's Ryan. Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. Picked off by Micah Hyde. And the Broncos are going to have it here just past the 25. Unfortunately for him, if last week was any indication, we knew a pick was coming at some point. Last week it was interception after interception, and here we go again.
We actually quit counting last week at a certain point because I thought I was going to run out of fingers, all right, because I'm not all that skilled as a mathematician. But you're right. It felt like a matter of time, and you got to think the guys on defense, they couldn't wait for this opportunity after what they saw on tape.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did first.
Pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down. Kwity Paye getting in there and burying him behind the line. It's 3rd and long now for Wilson and the Broncos after that sack. Escaping the pressure right. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th. So on 4th down, the Broncos send Corliss Waitman out to punt. He'll send this away into the Rocky Mountain Night, and it's a good one. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They are currently mired in a losing streak. Now they get the short week for the Thursday night game. Do you see that as a potential positive, or is this just more in what has been really a string of bad luck for them?
Well, to me, it comes down to leadership, and leadership's got to spin it into a positive and make it an advantage for them. Yes, we're in a losing streak. Yes, no one thinks we can win. but we have the resources we need right here in this room. Let's go ahead and play better. Let's hang together and shock the world a little bit. Put it all together, they've got a chance of coming out with a W.
And a good burst there gets him 7 up to midfield. We should mention, to go along with a great game he had last week, he was rightfully named AFC Offensive Player of the Week.
And he shares that with his offensive line, the tight end, his fullback. He's looking for more and more of that in this game.
A nickel set defensively for the Broncos here on 3rd down. They'll try and run for the first with Taylor. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. It goes as a gain of 6, and it's a first down. And after his performance last week, everybody saw it. Unbelievable. You can expect a heavy dose of him again, I think.
Without a doubt. I mean, why wouldn't you? Because once you establish yourself that way, it's not just him, okay? It's his offensive line, it's the tight end, it's your wide receivers, everyone now sharing in the load and sharing in the belief that they do their job, they'll see another performance just like they saw the week before.
This defense for the Broncos, they played really well in the win over the Raiders a week ago.
And I'm eager to see the game plan and trying to attack them this week, because when you take it away 4 times through interceptions, what do you do now when you go into a game? Do you decide you can't throw the ball? Do you try and run it more? Or do you tell your quarterback, make sure you see your guys open before you deliver?
And it's incomplete.
And he's missed now his first 4 passing attempts. The rhythm is just not there to begin this ball game.
He was looking to get it to Jonathan Taylor there, but now it'll be 3rd down. Now, right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. And he can only get this to the 42-yard line, and that is not near enough. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description, because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
They'll try and throw for it with Ryan. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Colts unable to convert here on 4th down. And the Broncos will take over on downs. And he'll have a tough time living that one down. It's one thing, Charles, to drop a pass. It's quite another to drop it on 4th down.
And so many teams work on that in terms of locking in on those key downs. You know, I've seen, you and I have both been to practices where we've seen, hey, 3rd down situation, big 3rd down alert, lock in here, 4th down play, make sure you're focused just a little bit extra. It didn't pay off in that situation.
So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2. The Broncos in a perfect 4-0 to start the campaign. They've been playing their best football of the year, winners of 4 in a row.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
On 2nd down, Cook. It'll be a gain of 5, but still about 3 yards shy of the first down marker, and now it's 3rd down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive, not much sense. Here's Wilson. He'll get that complete to Alberto. And he will have a Broncos first down, although it doesn't appear to be by much. He needed 4, and he got 4 on 3rd down. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Here's Wilson. Being chased out left. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. He'll get 10 there all on his own, but it'll be 2nd down. No score after 1 on EA Sports. Keep in mind they can still get a first down here as they come up on 2nd and inches. Coming right, this is Cook on the toss play. And this will result in him losing yardage back to the 3. Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2. Off the play fake. Here's Wilson. Flush to his right. And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. Bobby Okereke running in and bringing him down. He's certainly one of those quarterbacks that can burn you with his mobility, but that time able to hem him in and get him to the ground.
Perfect descriptor right there about how they kept him in the pocket. Excellent job of containment, but they were still able to continue to bring such strong pressure without letting him escape. But how about those guys in the secondary as well? Kept the coverage tight, plastered to the receivers, and left no real options for him to throw it downfield.
So, Charles, they are on the board after that kick. So 3 drives, 3 points. Obviously not the start that you were hoping for, but they're able to erase that 0 off the scoreboard.
Yeah, I guess what you're saying is a point of drive is not what offenses are striving for by any stretch. They're happy they've got 3 now. They hope that that unlocks their offense for bigger points down the road.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. It's Kareem Jackson making the play defensively.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back there and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into...
Ryan hit, and he lost the football. It's picked up by the Broncos. And this is going to be brought back for a Denver touchdown. So the big fella gets on the scoreboard with a return for a touchdown. Good thing he didn't have to go too far, though.
You know the trainers were very happy about that. Imagine having to go get him in the end zone, escort him to the bench, and give him the oxygen. They were loving the fact that he got in without having to run very far.
McManus's point after is good, and the lead grows to 10-0. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. This will be fielded inside the 5. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive.
And in just about every game we see, partner, what do we do when we look at the stat sheet? We go right to
the turnover differential.
Without a doubt, because when we see that, that pretty much tells the tale of the game. And I know there's still plenty of time to go, but you've got to take care of the football in order to win it.
A first throw for the backup Foles. He'll buy some time right. He's got him in, complete. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Running straight ahead, Taylor. And maybe a little over pursuit there as he's able to take this down to the 25-yard line. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. Here's Foles. To the right side, complete to Taylor. And he'll get nothing out of that one. So they'll get nothing out of that play, and that's going to bring up 2nd down. Foles. That ball caught by Campbell. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. A good pickup there at 22. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Taylor going to be hit and met at the line of scrimmage. They get him down at the 3. Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal.
Jonathan Taylor, a touchdown machine. He's going to get plenty of looks down here near the goal line. So if I'm on defense, I might start getting prepared to see his number called a couple of more times.
And I think they stopped him again. They did at the 1-yard line. No gain on the play there. They're going to need to come up with something better here on 3rd and goal. 3rd down and goal. This Denver defense trying to hold up for one more play. Moss is going to take this one in for a Colts touchdown.
Well, they decided to run it in and got it done on 3rd and goal. A lot of times that's a passing play.
And the kicker just has to come out for the PAT. He can breathe a sigh of relief as well, right?
Although I don't know if he's really breathing a sigh of relief. I think he likes to put 3 points on his ledger.
Matt Eberflus going to keep his offense on the field. They're going for 2. They'll try and run it up the middle. And he will find the end zone again. So he gets the touchdown and the 2-point conversion. And that'll cut this deficit down a little bit further. Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. As mentioned, this one of the hottest teams in the NFL, riding that winning streak into this one. But now, that's into a crowd and intercepted. Picked off by Stephon Gilmore. And the Colts are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10. Just shy of midfield at the 48. They'll run with Taylor to begin the drive. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for 2nd down. Now Foles. He'll take a shot downfield for Pittman. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Picked off by Micah Hyde. And the Broncos are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50. So they tried to take the deep shot there, but this defense up to the task.
And a lot of times when you air a ball out like this, if it does get intercepted, there's going to be a lot of space out there to set up a return. And remember, you've got 5 big offensive linemen out there playing on their feet in open space. Not a skill most of them possess that allows for extra yardage on the return.
Call that a very strong gain of 24.
And time to give some credit to the big fellas, the offensive line here, because you've got to have good protection on crossing routes because you got to give your receiver time to work all the way across the field. That time able to scan the field, spot his receiver moving left to right, and make a good, accurate throw. Thank you, guys.
And Wilson's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Isaiah Rodgers. And the Colts are going to take over at their own 2-yard line. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
And he was very fortunate there to get out of his end zone. He maybe got back to the 2-yard line. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. They run once more with Taylor. And they'll get him down up past the 15. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. 1st and 10, Taylor now. And he'll take this one up over the 20 to the 21-yard line. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. Now he's going to throw deep right side. And, oh, incomplete. Great coverage there. He was in the perfect position defensively to make a play on the football. And it'll bring up 3rd down.
Certainly no lack of aggressiveness here. They were hoping for the home run play to get them 6 points. They're hoping for a catch, maybe a call, but they figure they can at least get into field goal range with a completion.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. And that is incomplete. Down to 15 seconds now. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part to get them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football, and now zapped right back in the other direction. Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And only 6 seconds on the clock, so time likely for just one play. Pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down. So we have reached halftime here in a tight 2-point contest. As now we send you out to Orlando and hook back up with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3 alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gordon. The Colts getting the football first, and they trail here as we are back underway in quarter number 3. From the 6. And he's going to get this across the 20 as he's out of bounds at the 23. A carry by Taylor to start the drive. Takes it to the 26, just a 1-yard gain.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. On play action, they'll throw. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Micah Hyde. And the Broncos are going to take possession of the football.
Well, I certainly think that we're seeing a big reason why this team has struggled to put points on the board so far, because too many of their drives have ended in turnovers already, and we still have almost a full half of football yet to play.
First down, here's the run with Cook. They find some open field here. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. 49 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Now it's Wilson. That's caught left side by Judy. Touchdown, Broncos! Jerry Judy with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Broncos are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point from McManus is good. And the lead is now 17-8. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. This one fielded at the 5. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show.
Now a hit, and Foles loses the football. It's out, but I believe the Colts were able to fall on this when they were, and so possession will remain with Indy.
Fortunate to get that football back, because trailing here in the second half, last thing they needed was to lose the possession.
And the word I think of here is opportunity, because it could have been lost there. Their chance to score points, but the opportunity for the defense was to go ahead and really close this game down if they were able to get possession.
So he'll be stopped here for no gain. And that's going to bring up a fourth down.
Excuse my snarkiness here, but isn't the idea of completing a pass supposed to mean you get downfield and gain yards?
Especially on third down.
Yeah, that one. How about the defense? Figured that one out in a big way. Yeah, they completed it all right and lost yardage.
A nice return that time, gets 12 yards back. And the Broncos take over, first down and 10. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive.
And as the offense begins another drive here, pretty simple, Charles. They want to carbon copy what happened the last time out when they ended their drive in the end zone.
You're right about that, partner. It sounds pretty simple, doesn't it? Just score again, but we know it's not that simple because we don't just make adjustments at halftime if you're a good football team. You spend that time on the sideline, you study what's on the notes and the tablets, and you make those adjustments, prevent a repeat of the last drive. Series to series, the best teams, that's how they get it done.
And we'll find out here soon enough whether those adjustments are enough defensively.
That one good for 37 yards. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. Play action. It's Wilson. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Colts pick it up. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line.
Well, partner, they went empty set there. No backs in the backfield. All receivers out in the pattern. And in this situation, you know what the quarterback has to do? Act as his own blitz control.
Yeah, he's got nobody else there to protect him.
No one else there to protect, which means he's got to get rid of the football and absorb the hit, but not go down and fumble the ball.
The Colts come to the line, ready to start their next drive.
These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory.
He's got a man, complete.
And they're going to get this down inside the 20. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20.
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
And this may be a carbon copy as he'll again be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Sliding out of the pocket.
And he'll find Pittman. And the Colts are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. They'll run here with Taylor.
And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal.
If you're going to keep these guys out of the end zone, you've got to be able to commit to stopping the run, and that's a nice job there, getting the safeties involved in run support.
2 of their 3 red zone trips so far, they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal.
Moss on the give up the middle.
And he'll be stopped about a yard shy of the goal line after a pickup of about 3.
Sometimes I get caught in hyperbole, but I think they desperately need to punch this one in. They're running out of time.
Yeah, 2-score game, second half. You're down here. This is the time to put it in the end zone.
Yeah, not going to get much better than this for an opportunity.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis.
Zach Moss
with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. To try here for the extra point. I was just about to say he hadn't missed an extra point all season, but there it is. His first miss, no good.
Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And he'll wind up getting a couple extra yards here for his trouble and bringing it out of the end zone as he's down at the 27. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. Last time out, they had the fumble. That led to the touchdown. Not a great look on either side of the ball as the defense gave up the points too, Charles. But they've got to take care of the football and do better here on this possession.
It's certainly been a tough stretch, partner, for both of those units, and they kind of put their defensive mates in a really tough spot there by dropping the ball on the ground. But an easy way to make it up to them, get out there now and get some points on this drive.
Both teams working on short rest, but this has been one of the better Thursday night games we've seen as they come up here on 1st and 10. Now this throw caught left side. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. It's another first down as they bite off 23 more on that one. A give to Cook out of the gun. And he'll follow his blockers there all the way down to the 23-yard line. 60 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point. I tell you, they didn't give it to him much for the first 3 quarters, but when they have, he's been efficient. Maybe they ride him more here down the stretch.
Yeah, not sure it was actually in the game plan for him to have as few carries as he has, but it might play out really well for them now. As you noted, if they want to ride him down the stretch, he should have fresh legs.
I guess no need to force it when you can do that instead. First down, 18-yard gain. Throwing is Wilson. And Cook has it left side. And he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. The line of scrimmage, once again, the 5 as they get ready for 2nd and goal. Up the middle, it's Cook. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Denver. James Cook, his 7th rushing touchdown of the year. And the Broncos get an important score there to extend their lead here in this 4th quarter. McManus's point after is good, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. Taken in at the 3. And he's going to be out of bounds here right at the 20-yard line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. Yeah, the script really is flipped for them. The momentum on the other sideline, and now they have to try and battle back from a 2-score deficit. Quick throw knocked away and incomplete. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off by Ronald Darby. And the Broncos are going to take possession of the football. Well, certainly not on their side offensively. They had to take some chances, but that interception will further hinder their already slim chance at victory.
Yeah, and you're talking about time not on their side, but it certainly is on the defense's side, and they understood that. They knew they had to press it a little bit, and they planned accordingly, and what a benefit for them, able to pick that one off and hopefully put this game away.
And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down. Cook up the gut. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, But they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down.
Touchdown! K.J. Hamler, 34 yards. And the Broncos add on to their lead, and they are also closing in on a 5th straight victory. Extra point from McManus is good. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And you see a lot of frustrated faces as they are inching closer to a 4th straight loss. And he will not be able to get away as Foles is taken down. Draymond Jones in there to get him yet again. That is his 3rd sack tonight. They can't figure him out. Throwing on 2nd and long. Foles. He's got his man. It's Pierce. And that's good for a gain of 6. And that'll force upon him a 3rd and 14. They need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing. Now an end around here as Foles is just going to tap this forward. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. Well, they tried to catch him by surprise, I think, there with that little pop pass on 3rd down, but no luck.
You're right about no luck, but I did like the idea. I like the thought process. Make an unconventional call on 3rd down sometimes. It can pop big. In this case, it didn't.
The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Looking for Campbell downfield. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Paris Campbell, an 80-yard touchdown. And the Colts have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. When you're trailing in the 4th quarter, you got to take some chances you might not normally take, and here, that one pays off big time.
And you have to think to yourself, not only did that pay off big time for them, but what was going on the opposite side of the ball? They know that they have to take a chance here. They know they have to come up with something big, yet it still happens. So credit the execution, but wonder what the defense was doing.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Two scores down, 2 timeouts at their disposal. This is a critical onside kick. And the Broncos are going to get the football. The 4th quarter, it felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of an anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
They go play action with Wilson. They'll roll him out right. This pass caught by Hamler. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
But when you're up by 2 scores in the fourth quarter and you're going to throw the football, expect to see a lot of man coverage, because usually what comes along with man coverage is pressure. So if you're a play caller and you want to keep throwing the football, that's fine. Just make sure your offensive line understands they're going to get additional guys running at the quarterback.
Wilson wants to throw it. And able to get this down inside the 15 to either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's second down.
I like his thought process and his ability to move and get downfield. But what I didn't like was the final decision, to go out of bounds. They want to keep the clock moving. Instead, they give the defense an extra timeout.
A 10th carry in the game for Cook. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line, because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
To throw is Wilson. Setting up the screen for Cook. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. It'll go as a gain of 9, and that should write an ending to this one.
And sometimes when you run a screen pass down in the red zone, it's really tough to create a lot of room to operate. The field's pretty condensed, but that was really well designed there, and they're able to pick up a first down.
A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Touchdown, Broncos! K.J. Hamler, his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Broncos are well on their way to a 5-0 start as they extend their lead. Well, this has been another impressive display by this undefeated team, Charles, and it looks like they're going to stay that way after this one.
Yeah, one of the league's best offenses. They've stayed on brand in this contest because they continue to look good at what they do. Just added a late touchdown. Now they're really hammering home just how good they've been all year long, letting the rest of the league take notice.
This will be fielded inside the 5. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this 4th quarter. That to the sideline and incomplete. Boy, they're going to say there's a receiver in the area. That was close to grounding, but it's 2nd down. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
That's 22, that's 22. You can't block me. You can't block me.
Back to throw.
He'll get this one to Pittman.
4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
Well, this was a very close ball game at halftime, Charles, but in the second half, that offense kind of kicked things into another gear, and they were able to pull away for the victory.
And, Brandon, I think they're the type of team that just looked in the mirror and said, hey, ton of pressure on, but we're the type of team that can flat out handle it. They stood up with confidence, and made it happen for a victory.
So for the Broncos, their strong September has carried over to October as they move to 5-0. And they'll get a few extra days to get ready for next week where they take on the Los Angeles Chargers. Meanwhile, for the Colts, they'll fall to 1-4 with a loss. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves next week at home against Jacksonville. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.